Hello students, welcome to Easy Elimu Learning Simplified. I am your teacher, Mr. Stanley Mbogo. So thanks to those who have been with us ever since we started this journey, and those who are still with us up to where we have reached. So in today's video of Fathers of Nations analysis, we are going to look at the thematic concerns. So remember earlier on we've done chapter summaries by looking at the episodes that we have in the chapters. Then what followed next was that is character and characterization. So we were able to look at, in the previous video, we were able to look at the characters that we have in Fathers of Nations, their character roles, and again, the traits. So, dear students, allow me take you through the thematic concerns that we have in Fathers of Nations. But before we look at the themes that are there, let us first of all understand what themes are. So students, themes are issues that are consistent in a creative work or in a literary work. So a literary work is any work of that is any work of literature. So they are also subcategories or subtopics of the subject matter. So subject matter is also what we call the main idea in a work of art. So like in a literary work, there is that main idea that maybe that the writer is trying to put across. So themes constitute the entire message the writer wishes to put across to his or her readers. Therefore, themes are the messages put across by a writer in a literary work. So for those who are having maybe difficulties in comprehending this definition, in simple terms, we can just say that a theme is just a message that the writer is trying to convey. So themes can be expressed in different ways. So number one, they can be expressed through character development, through the plot of the story or plot of events, the setting of the of the novel or of the play or any work of art, and also dialogue. So when it comes to themes, we have got uh, two types of themes. That is the major thematic concerns and the minor thematic concerns, or the minor themes. So when you talk about the major, so major themes are themes that cut across the text and are main ideas the writer intends to pass to the readers. So dear students, to make you or to help you understand that story, when you say that major thematic concerns cut across the texts, it means that they are evident. In most cases, they are normally evident right from when you start reading the text to the end of the text. We are going to see some of the major themes that we have in Fathers of Nations to help you understand this better. Then, on the other hand, we have minor themes. So, minor themes are minor ideas, but are still important in the text. So, you can come across a theme only in, let's talk about a page of a novel that is having 250 pages, for example. In that case, we will treat that as a minor concern, simply because it is not cutting across the entire text. So in most cases, the major thematic concerns are seen throughout. They are common in a text. So what are some of the major thematic concerns that we have in Fathers of Nations? So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to list them. Then after that, we are going to start, that is looking for evidence in the novel to illustrate or support each. So these are the thematic concerns, or some of the thematic concerns that we have in Fathers of Nations. So they constitute of major thematic concerns. So most of them cut across the cut across the text. So the first one, we have poor leadership, followed by poverty. We have corruption, betrayal, plight of women in the society, neocolonialism, or what we call imperialism. We have disillusionment or despair. There is tribalism, uh, also called nepotism. Then we have the themes of suffering, oppression, and death grouped together, because in the text you find that they have similar illustrations. So then lastly, we have the theme of change, or what we call transition. So dear students, on to the first theme, that is poor leadership. So poor leadership is also what we call bad governance. So this is when, in most cases, leaders fail to perform their mandates, or rather the duties that they are supposed to do, or the services that they're supposed to provide to the citizens. So poor leadership, also bad governance, is one of the main themes in the novel. African leaders are portrayed as people who cannot give a sense of direction to their countries. Instead, they are shown as flawed human beings who cannot rise to the challenges of their times. So they are unable, even after post-independence, they are unable to do what? To offer or give good direction to their countries. So the book goes on to portray how dysfunctional most African countries are. The leadership in African continent is poor, insincere, and out of touch with the happenings on the ground. So this means that what the leaders say, in most cases, even in the medias, do not match whatever the common people are going through on the ground. So most of the African leaders aren't informed, and they cannot come up with a way forward to help improve their states. Their meeting is jumbled up and predetermined by a few of them who hold the meeting hostage. Uh, there is widespread distrust among patriarchs, whom we refer to as the national fathers. So the leader, that is the first instance, the leader of Comrade Melusi's group is sacked because he's from the Ndebele tribe, while the country's leader is from the Shona. So this is the first instance of poor leadership that uh, I am talking about from the text. So again, in Zimbabwe, all those from the southern tribe, the Bele, whom the leader construes and perceives to be against the government, are whipped out. Another instance, Pastor Chineke Chiamaka is arrested and put in police custody for preaching about the government's failure to deal with the issues bedeviling the nation. When he is later released, he is banned from preaching. Again, the heads of state appoint President Bangura, who previously stated that he would not look at two documents, as chairman of committee who is tasked with reviewing the documents and providing guidance. So the leader here, the heads of state appointed President Banguria to be the head of a committee that is tasked with reviewing the documents, the two documents, Path Alpha and Way Omega. But as the leader, he says that he has not looked at the documents, and he won't do that. So that's also another. Then so another theme that we also mentioned is poverty. So it is in Africa that landed people are impoverished and forced to beg. So it is a continent that does not value society but cherishes ignorance. So a very good instance, dear students, is when Professor Kimani joins the University of Nairobi directly as a lecturer, having graduated from the University of Oxford. So a lecturer during that time earned more than a member of parliament. That is during that time. But as Professor Kimani remembers, the members of parliament or the lawmakers uh, stages a coup, and now the member of parliament earn almost 100 times income more than a what? More than a professor. So education is now not making sense. Those who are educated are impoverished. They are languishing in poverty. So Comrade Melusi notes that in Zimbabwe, it is not easy for people to eat in a hotel. He further notes that those who eat in hotels have visitors or foreigners who foot the bills. Again, the international community has imposed on Zimbabwe a program called the Structural Adjustment Program, SAP, since the country is going through very difficult economic times. African leadership is lacking in innovative and creative ideas that would spur economic growth among the African uh, states. So another thematic concern that I did also mention is corruption. Corruption, which also cuts across. It's also a major theme in the novel. So in Fathers of Nations, it is easily noted that corruption has disastrous effects on the continent's economies. That is why most of the African countries are still not able to, help themselves. And that is what brings in neo-colonialism that we're also going to discuss later. So wars and organized criminal networks distract the attention of some countries. The networks control all the political and economic opportunities, meaning that citizens or citizens of a country cannot decide uh, for their ruler. There are those who control the political and economic opportunities. So corruption is a pandemic in African countries. Uh, the first instance that is under corruption, we are told that bribery is the order of the day in Banjul, Gambia. So as Ms. Fiona Mackenzie is stopped at Act number 22, the police demand a bribe from her driver. So the taxi driver, is a graduate who is not employed, and again being extorted by the police. So Mr. Tad Longway, in his submission to Dr. Afulapi, says that Africa, in its present state, has two new rivals. So the two new rivals that African states are having currently are corruption and impunity. Again, when talking about Comrade Melusi's story, when he vied for, president, in the elections held, uh, Comrade Melusi, together with all other candidates, garnered 1% of the total votes cast out of 100%. While the ruler gets 99% after all the challenges that precede the elections. So it is not possible, it is not realistic. So thereby negatively painting the ruler and his government as unpopular. So thanks for watching, and please keep it easy, Limu, and wait for the next episode, or rather the next video, as we get to also look at other thematic concerns. Have a wonderful time wherever you are. Bye.